And sunny and dry this evening across central and west Alabama. Look at that local forecast here in just a few minutes.
And a West Alabama aviation company is partnering with Operation Airdrop. We'll tell you how this duo plans to help those in need recovering from Hurricane Helene. And work has begun on the Women Bill for Habitat for Humanity Tuscaloosa. WVUA 23 News starts right now.
This is WVUA 23 News.
And we're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Jabari Pruitt. The big story tonight again is the weather. Chief Meteorologist Scott is here with a first look at forecast. And Richard, what can we expect for tonight?
Hey, Jabari, very warm this afternoon, but it cools off quickly tonight. Right now it's 85 in Tuscaloosa, 86 in Linden, 84 back at Jasper. Satellite and radar skies are clear. The air is very dry, and drier heats and cools very effectively. So temperatures overnight will drop quickly, back to 75 at 7, 68 at 10, then lower 60s potentially by 1 a.m. We do have rain in the forecast on Friday. Much more here in just a few minutes. Jabari.
Richard, thank you. Where President Joe Biden visited Emergency Operations Center in Raleigh, North Carolina today, he met with rescuers and first responders addressing the destruction brought by Hurricane Helene. It's now the second deadliest hurricane to hit the U.S. mainland in the last 50 years. At least 180 people in 6 states were killed. The president says his administration will, quote, jumpstart this recovery process. Well, people across Alabama have been doing their part to help areas affected by Helene. WVUA 23's Paisley Roberts has more information about how campus groups are joining forces to get supplies to hard-to-reach areas.
Sanders Aviation is partnering with Operation Airdrop to take supplies to areas affected by Hurricane Helene. The University of Alabama Student Government Association has been collecting donations with the help of local organizations, UA programs, and Greek Life members. These donations will be sent to areas in rural Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina that were directly in the path of destruction.
We are going to go ahead and start sending the planes out today ahead of schedule, and that our ask right now is we need boxes, we need gallon-sized Ziploc bags, we need insulin, we need coolers. We still need food. There are people literally going without food right now that are getting turned away because we don't have enough food.
Teams from Sanders Aviation will meet this evening at the Jasper location to load airplanes and 18-wheelers with donations. The trucks will be used to drive materials as close to the airport as possible. The plane they are taking to these areas in need are way bigger than this one and can carry thousands of pounds of cargo. If there is still a need for more supplies in the future, Sanders Aviation plans to collect donations again.
It's been absolutely amazing to see in less than 48 hours the amount of turnout that students have given us and support that they've given us to be able to get these aid to these areas has been absolutely tremendous to see the UA community, not only UA community, but UA students as well, all come together to support these areas in times of need.
The planes will make trips back and forth from the 18-wheelers until all supplies have been distributed. The plan right now is to sort all the supplies and make sure it can be easily loaded and transferred. Local in Tuscaloosa, Paisley Roberts, WVUA 23 News.
Now you can drop your donations off at the Sanders Aviation location in Jasper before 8 o'clock tonight. Well, Habitat for Humanity Tuscaloosa crews began laying the foundation for their Womenville home. It's being constructed in honor of Miss Terry Sabin. 21 houses have been built for families through Miss Terry's leadership with Nick's Kids. The Woman Build is a national Habitat for Humanity initiative designed to engage, empower, and educate women to transform lives and strengthen communities. The houses will be dedicated to the Mitchell family, and the donations are still being accepted.
A sense of security, peace. My son, like I was telling the people before, I grew up in poverty, so being able to have my own home and my son to not have to grow up in poverty as well, it's an extreme, it's an honor. I'm overwhelmed.
And so we're asking our community to donate and donate generously to these two homes so that we can thank Coach Sabin and Miss Terry for the wonderful blessing they have been both on and off the field.
Now, groups or individuals interested in participating can go to HabitatTuscaloosa.org and click on the pink Women's Bill banner to sign up. Well, the Tuscaloosa County Commission met today, and they heard from people who live along Highway 69 South concerned about potential development in the area. The commission has proposed a new building housing in the area of Graymont Garden subdivision. Now, homeowners in the area are not happy with the plan to address the commission. Someone who works with the Tuscaloosa County Schools says this project could cause problems with Big Sandy Elementary and Duncanville Middle School.
Big Sandy is past capacity at this point, and Duncanville is will be next year, we're predicting, and we are planning an addition for the Big Sandy school, but we know with the development that is already underway that it will be at capacity when we finish the addition, and we will still have problems with overcrowding.
Commissioner Mark Nelson says the matter is moot at this point. No decision was made on this subdivision. Well, the Tuscaloosa Police Department has a new app. The app can be used to submit anonymous tips to directly message your child's school resource officer, file a police report, and more. Now, you can find it in Google Play or the Apple Store. Simply search Tuscaloosa PD. Well, West Alabama Works kicked off its two-day Worlds of Work event. This gives students from all over West Alabama the opportunity to see examples of the current job market. It featured zones that focused on different types of jobs, such as agriculture, manufacturing, construction, healthcare, and public service. Companies that participated say this is an opportunity to advertise their businesses and find potential employees.
We're so excited to be out here with high school students and teaching them about careers and energy. So they're really excited. They're behind me. We're trying to get them over to our tent, show them how to connect power, show them how that whole world works.
I think it's really cool if you want to take a glimpse into your future. It's a really nice opportunity to see everything that you could do.
Now, tomorrow's World of Works event will bring in high school seniors and juniors. Well, the rate of whooping cough has doubled in 2024, and it's becoming a concern for parents. 96 cases have been reported to the Alabama Department of Public Health so far this year. Anyone can catch it, and it acts like a cold. The Alabama Department of Public Health has some information to help identify it.
Well, it starts off with cold symptoms, a runny nose, cough, congestion. It's almost indistinguishable from a common cold. The difference is that it can cause a lingering and quite severe cough that can persist for several months.
Now, Stubberville also says the biggest concern are for infants. Now, they can receive vaccines as early as 6 weeks. Well, many of us are searching for a healthcare provider, and one option may be as close as your own neighborhood. Details in this week's Health Matters.
Hello, I'm Dr. Richard Friend. Taking control of and improving your health requires the most relevant and timely health information available. And University Medical Center is here to help with facts and advice about important health topics that you care about. We know that your health matters. So University Medical Center is part of the College of Community Health Sciences. College of Community Health Sciences does a lot of things, but we run and operate the University Medical Center, which is a primary care medicine specialty practice. And by that I mean we focus on primary care. We have family medicine, internal medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN, psychiatry, psychology, as well as endocrinology and neurology. So we're very busy here at our main location, but we also have locations in 5 other locations, one in Northport. We have a brand new clinic down there right behind the Lowe's and Aldi's by the Tuscaloosa Airport. We also have a clinic in Carrollton, Alabama, which is in Pickens County. Fayette, we do prenatal care, which is a service that's much needed there. There are no OBGYNs up in that area, so those patients come see us, and then we deliver them either at the DCH or Northport campus. We also have clinics in Sumter County and Marengo County. You can hear the entire interview by visiting our website at umc.ua.edu. And for all your primary health care needs, visit University Medical Center with locations in Tuscaloosa, Northport, Demopolis, Fayette, Carrollton, and Livingston. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Health Matters.
Well, coming up, public opinion is divided on who won last night's vice presidential debate. We'll hear from our political analyst on key takeaways from the debate. Stick around, we're coming right back. And of course, we're back. We're joined by our political analyst, Dr. Josh Bramlett, here with us. We're talking about last night's first and probably only vice presidential debate. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Last night, it was a very different feel from the presidential debate to the vice presidential debate. They had a lot of respect for each other. What is your takeaway on that?
Last night's debate was very refreshing for many viewers at home. People expected, based on how these candidates have approached the campaign trail, that it would be nasty, that they would attack each other. But both candidates went in with Midwestern niceness. It was a polite, civil debate, and I think that that was very refreshing for voters.
And one thing that we did see is that today a lot of polls, a lot of people, even on social media, are saying that no clear winner. They both did really, really well, but I think you said that there was a slight edge with Vance. Just talk to me a little bit about that.
So in the public opinion polling, including data that we have in our research institute that I'm a member of, what we see is that there was a slight edge for Vance at about 51% to 49% on saying that he performed better, but also there were different areas where voters resonated with what the candidates said differently. What's really interesting about the J.D. Vance performance is that in 20 years of data going back to 2004, we saw that Vance had the largest improvement in his favorability of any candidate. So for voters who didn't know much about him or had some concerns about him, especially with being a VP for an older candidate, I think that this debate was a major moment for Senator Vance.
And it was actually both candidates, you know, they rose for it. Really, they went up a little bit just because they were so good last night and had a lot of respect for each other. So they both did very well last night.
What I noticed was that after the debate, they shook hands, they introduced each other to each other's wives, they even went and talked to the moderators and had a very friendly, fun conversation. People were saying that they could be going to hang out afterwards. And so to me, it was much different than recent presidential debates. It was more like a college debate that you might see. And so I do think that that was refreshing and informative for viewers at home. And like you were saying, while Vance had very large improvements in his likability, Walz also had an increase. It was a good debate for both candidates.
All right, and of course we're going to talk to you again for tonight at 10 o'clock, so just stick around here. And of course more than 500 registered voters who watched the debate were polled afterwards. A CNN instant poll shows those who watched were divided over which candidate did the better job. 51% said Vance won and 49% said Walz won. Now the sample of the debate watchers in the poll were 33% Democrat and 32% Republican and 34% independent.
And local weather, nice and warm this afternoon across West Alabama. A lot of sunshine from Brian Diddy here in Tuscaloosa. Look at that local forecast up next. Hear my forecast every day on 92.1 The Possum. And got the sunshine back this afternoon. This is a live view. The outgo traffic camera. You're looking down Skyland Boulevard. This is the intersection of Skyland and Hargrove Road there on kind of the east side of Tuscaloosa in that Cottondale area. And again, conditions all dry across the region. Again, that's the outgo traffic camera. And you see the sunshine out there. Let's go over to our Fayette camera. This is the Pfeiffer facility looking off towards a northwest direction back towards the co-op, and some puffy cumulus clouds in spots. Temperature of 84. Feeling more like an early summer afternoon across the region from Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa, though. And again, notice that sky, beautiful out there. Plenty of sunshine. 85 right now in Tuscaloosa. We topped out in the mid to upper 80s all over central Alabama. Doppler radar nice and quiet. Some ground clutter around the radar side. That's it. About 79 back in Haleyville. Not too bad in Winston County. Down to the south in Marengo County. Linden checking in at 86. Again, Tuscaloosa 85 now. But notice again, we got that mostly sunny sky across the region. As promised, today's dry air has filtered in, and with that dry air starting off tomorrow morning, quite nice. In fact, 61 degrees. It will be a cooler start to our Thursday morning, but the afternoon hours, we warm up quickly on Thursday. Lots of sun expected. 82 by lunchtime and up to 87 by around 3 o'clock mid-afternoon on Thursday. And again, I do think we'll stay all dry for Thursday. Let's put it into our model data. And again, tonight, leave the umbrella at home. Not going to need that. Tomorrow morning, dry. Tomorrow afternoon, all dry across central Alabama. Some fair weather cumulus clouds, but clouds really increase on Friday. Notice the rain chances out there. Mostly south of I-20, but understand some of these areas could see a fair amount of shower activity on Friday beginning in the morning hours. Don't think it'll rain everywhere. Risk of rain for most of us around 30%, but if you're down around Demopolis or Livingston, a better chance for rain down there. That's where those higher rainfall amounts will occur. North, though, not much rain at all for the next 7 days. Out in the tropics, got a hurricane. That is Kirk out in the central Atlantic there. And again, some disturbed weather in the Gulf here that we'll also monitor. Also, Tropical Depression 13 is formed in the eastern Atlantic. Let's talk about this feature a little closer to home. By the way, Kirk is going to stay out to sea, not going to impact the U.S. at all, but there's still that 40% chance of some tropical development over the Gulf. Models continue to suggest this will be disorganized, not becoming a big hurricane. We'll keep an eye on it, but so far things are looking fairly promising there. So here's your 7-day. We've got 87 for tomorrow, 82 on Friday with the cloud cover coming back in. I don't think everybody gets rain on Friday, but some scattered showers, a possibility. And for the weekend, you know, it's a race weekend at Talladega. That's some warm weather. UV index is going to be quite high, especially on Sunday. So keep that in mind. If you're traveling to Talladega, I would certainly consider the sunscreen. May regret it if you don't. Look for sunshine to continue next week. And how about Tuesday and Wednesday, Jabari? Some cooler weather coming in. I think those are low 50s looking really nice there for Tuesday night.
Loving that. In the 50s. I'll be on vacation, but you know what? I'll enjoy it.
Well, you can enjoy it. Sit out on the front porch and just have a cup of coffee, and it's going to be good.
Right. All right. Gary Harris is standing by with a look at what's coming up in sports. Gary, good evening.
Thanks, guys. Coming up, Alabama football continues preparations for the trip to Nashville this Saturday to play the Vanderbilt Commodores. We'll have the latest. And a Bama in the NFL update. Could Browns wide receiver Amari Cooper be on the move to the world champion Kansas City Chiefs? Maybe. Details coming up next in sports. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Gary Harris. The top-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide travels to Nashville on Saturday afternoon to take on the Vanderbilt Commodores at First Bank Stadium. The 2-2 Commodores are coming off a bye week and ready to start a 6-game stretch beginning with Alabama. Now, head coach Clark Lee says his team is looking forward to hosting the #1 team in the nation.
A 6-game run here that's going to be challenging but a lot of fun, and starts with a great opponent in Alabama. You know, anytime you can welcome a #1 ranked team into your home stadium, again, you face a great challenge, but with a great challenge is a great opportunity, and a chance for us to measure ourselves against the best in the league.
Alabama football practicing today in shells. That's shorts, helmets, and shoulder pads. They're the defensive linemen, Jaheim Otis and Tim Keenan, working on the sled. There's Jalen Milroe. Right now, according to the betting odds, he's the Heisman frontrunner, and he's playing with so much confidence right now. He's playing loose. He is responding to coaching. You'll see here just with one of the staff members, a little high five after going through drills, and he is really in a good spot right now. This tight end group, probably a little underrated. There's Robbie Oots, big physical, can catch. Same here with C.J. Dupree, big physical and catch. And finally, you'll see Danny Lewis Jr. And we'll close it out with the offensive lineman, Tyler Booker, number 52. He's an All-American candidate. Here's the O-line coach, Chris Kavilovic, though, talking about the physical prowess of left tackle Caden Proctor. He says it's impressive.
There's not many humans walking this earth as big as him that can move like him. I mean, it's I don't know, man. I've never seen it. And so you see, like, he wants to get better. He works every day. He asks questions. He's taking coaching, and you see his technique getting him better. And so I really love the trajectory he's on. And man, the sky's the limit for that guy.
Well, as we discussed last night, former Crimson Tide defensive lineman and current Alabama staff member Josh Chapman put out rat traps in the football facility this week, just to simply remind the players that the Vanderbilt game has the potential to be a trap game. However, defensive backs coach and co-defensive coordinator Maurice Linguist said today keeping the approach consistent in terms of your preparation is the best way to avoid a letdown.
Vanderbilt is the next team on the schedule. We have to know who they are, what they're about, what they do. We got to know the DNA of that team. But as we mentioned last week, going into the Georgia game, it truthfully is about us, our execution, who we are, our standards, meeting the standards and the expectations that we have for ourselves, and trying to go out there and play better and better every single week and improve our game.
After being decimated by injuries, the world champion Kansas City Chiefs need help at wide receiver. And one player they are reportedly looking at in a possible trade is Cleveland Browns star Amari Cooper, a 5-time Pro Bowler. Cooper just posted 1,250 receiving yards in 2023, and he seems to have plenty of gas left in the tank. But he has struggled a little bit this season. He could push the Chiefs over the top, though, in their pursuit of a 3rd straight Super Bowl. It's worth keeping an eye on. Yeah, you know, you get to a point, Jabari, when you're a veteran like Coop and you've been with several different teams, if the team that you're on is struggling a little bit,
right,
you know, you may not be happy. Maybe another team, a better team comes in to take a look at you. I would love to see him wind up with the Chiefs. I'm not going to lie to you about it.
All right, Gary, thank you. Stick around. We're coming right back. Well, coming up tonight on the news at 10, the Tuscaloosa City Council and Alabama Power are teaming up to brighten Timothy Square. We'll tell you what new additions the city projected will bring. And safety concerns for women working in the nightlife, what local bars and restaurants are doing to ensure their safety. We'll have those stories and much more tonight at 10 o'clock. And before we go.
Yeah, coming up tonight, 10 in sports, Vanderbilt head coach Clark Lute, we heard from him earlier. You know, he goes way back with Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah.
We'll let him explain how and why they've known each other so long coming up tonight at 10.
All right, find a winner.
And high school football coming up Friday night. Got some good-looking weather for you. There may be still a light shower out there. Really don't think it's going to rain everywhere. 70s for those local games Friday night. Bama taking on Vandy over in Nashville. We got 84 at that 3:15 kickoff, and Auburn taking on Georgia. Ooh, it's going to be a game there. 2:30 kickoff, 81 degrees over in Athens. It's going to be a warm game, lots of sunshine. Locally, chance for showers coming up on Friday. Next week turns a little bit cooler.
All right, Richard Garrett, thank you. Well, that's it for us. Have a great evening.
See you.